Hi guys! Welcome to the second class trial of Danganronpa! Here we are! Hi everybody! Ahem! So is everybody ready to... What? Am I blind or are we missing someone? Yeah, Toko's not here. And Toko is... You really don't remember? Kidding! I'm kidding! How could I forget that little nut job? She's a critical part of the class trial this time. Or crucial part. Okie dokie! I'll go ahead and drag her out here kicking and screaming! Just one moment, please! Uh-oh! And just like he said a few minutes later, he reappeared dragging Toko behind him. No, Toko, I'm sorry! Oh my god, she's so upset. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible! You're terrible! Woo! So now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle on to the elevator and let's get the show on the road. I'll see you guys down there. So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Byakuya, I gotta kick your butt! Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. Whoa, and the murderer is one of us. Someone's standing right here. Hi, Mondo. Fucking Toko, man. What's got her so worked up? She's shocked. There is still something odd about Toko's behavior. I do not think mere shock is enough to explain it. Hey Toko, how you doing? She's not happy. Okay, sorry Toko. Oi, hi. I guess I wasn't much help at all on this one. That's okay. Yeah, hello. I gave you plenty to work with. Show us how far your logic can take you. Can I have those case files that you took, Byakuya? You meanie? Miss Fujisaki! I must admit, for being 3D, she was quite remarkable. Of course, just the idea of 3D makes me cringe. Okay, Ishimaru? I don't know why the killer did what they did, but I'm sure it will work itself out. Justice always prevails. Right, bro? You're asking Mondo that? Shall we begin? I will uncover the villain who performed such heinous acts on a weaker individual. And Yasuhiro! You ready? We're doing this? We are doing this. Let's go! We have no choice, right? We have to do this. Yes. I give a small nod and reply. With one last deep breath, I walk towards the elevator on shaky legs. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. As soon as everyone was on, the elevator began to descend. I couldn't get a handle on my emotions, couldn't stop speculating. Well, at least you're not a suspect this time, Makoto. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger. The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, we're missing a lot of people now. It came to a sudden stop. And then after this trial, we're gonna be missing even more people. What do you think? I redecorated! Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting? Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with. Good, you're rip-raring to go. I gotta say, I don't hate it. Not at all. Okay then, let's get the show on the road. Everyone, please find your assigned seats. Okay. And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal. Let me say deadly a lot. A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly face, a deadly class trial. Oh man, Makoto really loves his deadly speech. We got our truths bullets, Monokuma file, Sakura's account, dumbbell, Mondo card reader, broken handbook, main handbooks, Genocide Jack, always count, boys locker room 2 room posters, Chihiro, stats, a dead body, disappearing stain, library desk map, and Celeste's account. Okay, I got it. I got it. We should set our skills. Downshift reduces your aim speed, effective during non-stop debate and Hangman's Gambit. Cost 1 SP. Sure, why not? Oh, we got 13 overall, so increases bullet capacity, effective during the bullet time battle. Okay. And handiwork allows you to reload 2 bullets at once, effective during the bullet time battle. Okay. I think that's all the skills we have, so we can equip all of our skills. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Trial start! All rise! Let's go! Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial, so your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will get to graduate. Uh-huh. Okay then, so first off, let's talk about the murder weapon. First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver that fatal blow. Okay, we know what that is. It's the dumbbell. It's the dumbbell. Make your argument. Locker room dumbbell. Okay, I gotta remember how to do this. It hasn't been that long, thankfully. Chihiro's fatal injury. Uh-huh. It appears it was a head wound. That is correct. According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument, but what kind of blunt instrument could it have been? No! I believe it was an iron pipe! No! No! Why? Why? No, the iron pipe! The iron pipe was the one that I had to... Hang on! Let's go back, let's go back. Blunt instrument. You believe it was an iron pipe? Well, it was the dumbbell! Sorry, Yasuhiro. I don't even think you investigated. Why are you saying it was a pipe? Can we agree that the object that dealt the final blow was the dumbbell found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury. And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there is no mistake and no room for doubt on this one. You looked at her head wound? Ah, that's so creepy! Kyoko's like, whatever. If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear. What? For real? Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro? A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Now I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I'm sure. Make your argument. Genocide Jack case file. Oh no, Sayaka. Oh no. Oh, Leon. Oh. The culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Oops. Case closed as far as I'm concerned. Oops. I gotta remember the buttons. But that's impossible. Why? What makes it impossible? There we go. Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it. There we go. I did it. I did it, even though I didn't shoot that little text away, but I still did it. I might know one reason he could be involved. What? I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case. Oh, you have the file again. What? That's kind of weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library? The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth, so let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder. Oh, that's right! Booblast! But, really?
No, it's actually bloodlust.
Hifumi, why would you think it says booblast? But more importantly is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public. Never made public? What the hell is it? Why don't you tell them, Makoto? Oh wow, he set me up! The other characteristic for every Genocide Jack case, which the world at large doesn't know, if I'm not mistaken, has to do with the positioning of the body. How the victim was positioned! You just told me right off the bat, Makoto! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department. However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way. Ooh. So how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? How did the culprit know? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack. No fucking way! You are saying Genocide Jack is one of us? Yes, in fact, it's Toko. What? Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa. He just went out and fucking said it! You lie! What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has, like, bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood? Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes. And no. Another riddle? Man, why's this gotta be so complicated? It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also not to be Toko. The answer is that she's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Hangman's Gambit. Okay. Oh, I gotta get the words. I know the words. I only know the words because of the last time I did this, and I was like, really? They use that? Really? Once again, this is not an accurate depiction of DID. Please treat this as a work of fiction, because it's not accurate to the actual medical condition at all. So, yeah. Is it because Genocide Jack has a split personality? Huh? I think I read that somewhere in the file, too. They thought that the suspect might have... what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder. Okay, but still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is... perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality. The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality has to do with her behavior. Her behavior changed! He's just giving me everything! You're talking about how she started suddenly acting totally different than usual, right? That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse. But then when she woke up... I'm fine! Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? She must have hit her head real hard when she fainted. The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies! This is quite concerning. I mean, she sounds completely different. She was acting funny, that's for sure, but That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission!
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can't handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's just because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
There she is in her room!
I won't let Genocide Jack have control! I'll drive out the killer! To drive out the murderous fiend!
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah, how can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No, what she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. Oh, and that trepidation is what caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko? Byakuya!
This is all a lie! Right, Toko? You said you wouldn't tell anyone! What? You promised! I can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to. This is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale.
Yeah.
Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise... Uh-oh...
I'm sorry. I couldn't keep our promise. But don't worry. Never again. I won't let Genocide Jack have control ever again! You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me! That's the only reason I promised!
How many times do I have to tell you? I never said that. But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist the rush you got from killing, could you? Ah.
I tried! I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you!
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Uh-oh! Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom, but in the next second... There she is!
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
What the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill.
What the fuck is this? Toko, what happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name. And what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
She's so intense.
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend? Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane! Miss Jack? Jill? Can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you. I am the mastermind of all masterminds. Just kidding.
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true. How dare you try to link me with that creepazoid? And another thing. The police and government and society and the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town. Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's certainly a motive, so there should be no doubt. A motive? Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting! Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh? But I can't imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah, I can never believe a word you say, you monster!
Whoa! Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this.
And why would she make the crime obviously look like her other crimes, you know? It doesn't make sense. They figure out who she is, they're automatically like, okay, it's you did it. Status of the dead body. Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone. You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
An alibi, huh? Now we're talking.
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus... Whoa! What more proof do we need?
Yeah! I missed it.
Give it up, you killed her.
I missed it.
Okay, I just have to focus. I have to prove that what he said isn't quite right. I love fast-forwarding them and their voice going...
There we go. Haha! Got it.
You're wrong! You're wrong, Byakuya! You're wrong! Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you. Tell them, Genocide Jill. I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu instead of Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one. There's one clear difference between the murders. In the photos from the other Genocide Jack cases, look at the neck and the stomach. Here you'll see a clear difference. The style of the bloody message, the victim's fatal injury. For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right? Ah yes, that is remarkably different from the other murders. Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's one more conflicting detail.
That's right! In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is in the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce!
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking? So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged? That's right, the second difference is related to how she was suspended. In the photos of the other Genocide Jack cases, all the other victims were stabbed right through their hands. Here you'll see a clear difference. How she was suspended. What was used to suspend her? Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by the wrists. What is your point? Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specialty designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Go look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figured that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. There's a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it. If you look at the names of every victim, you'll notice I think I figured it out! Because Chihiro was a girl! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about? In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common. Ken Harada, 32, Tetsuhiro Honda, 17, Shoji Gaku, 23, Kano Ise, 14, Takashi Yoshida, 30, Komosuna Taro, Takifumi Gono, Ichihuda Naoya, Takashi Masamue, Yoto Yamajima. There was no end to it. They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
What the hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mopey side of me just hates it! But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan, madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid! I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line! That's the absolute reality of the one and only!
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy, but that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect.
Exactly. That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't use just any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors.
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Uh-oh.
Da 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 da!
There's her scissors. Yeah, she's fully equipped.
That's right. So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I need to resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead. Tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you.
Wow, she's so cool. She's so evil, but she's so cool.
Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot, so rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent? But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah, that's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person, yeah! One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. One person who exposed themselves as knowing every single crime in history. Byakuya! You big silly dude. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before all this happened, hadn't you? He's like, yeah. Are you saying Mr. Togami did it? Dot dot dot. Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response? I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer. Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange. And the locker rooms, they're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room. You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy, I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl, hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room. Nothing strange about that, I'd say. On the contrary, there's something very strange. Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class. There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added. I'll figure it out. again. I'll figure it out. Make your argument. Monokuma File 2. Do I remember how to slow this down? Oh, nope. You said Byakuya was acting, kind of weird before we all found the body. I figured it out. He was acting weird? How? If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room, you absolutely take it. Not all of us, Ifumi. That's a natural reaction for any guy. The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that? I wish you'd taken me with you! Oh, it must have been in the beginning. Oh, no. Okay, it was what Byakuya said. Okay. Sorry! Let's go to what Byakuya said. Byakuya! Hello. Oh, wait. Do I need to change the bullet? Oops. No! I messed it up. Whoops. Hearing Byakuya's comment. I don't need to change the bullet, right? I don't think I do. I think this is the one. Okay. And boom! Oh, I do need to change the bullet, I think. Oh, I think I'm mistaken what I said. You think there's a mistake of what I said? How do I change the bullet? Oops! Whoops! Come on, Makoto, don't scare me like that! I'm sorry, I'm scaring myself. I don't know what I'm doing. I need to change the bullet, I think. I should have looked at what they were trying to tell me. Okay, so if I had paid attention, I would have realized that I could scan this. How do I scan it? Oh, I figured it out. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I got it now. Okay, the victim was Chihiro. Before we found the dead body, how would you know that? If we didn't find Chihiro yet, you didn't even know Chihiro was dead. I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up. I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak. Huh? What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us. What's with Byakuya's attitude? I didn't ask for attitude. It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him. What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it. There is, I think. There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and the past Genocide Jack incidents. The proof you're looking for is hidden in there. Oh, proof that I'm the culprit, you mean? ... The difference between this case and the other Genocide Jack murders, the evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? What could it be? Make your argument. Library desk lamp. Yeah, the lamp. Remember? I told you guys to remember the lamp. What, the difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? Well, I use my very own special scissors, and the same scissors to arrange the body. But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope, was it not? That's right, it absolutely was! There must be something very fishy indeed about that rope! Uh-huh. Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh? I've never seen that rope before in my life. Yes, you have! No! I missed it! Obviously, somebody else must have hidden it away somewhere. I don't know that rope. I've never met that rope in my life. Okay. Oops. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Okay.
I don't want to scan the things. I want to tell Byakuya. You know that rope. You know that rope. You're very familiar with it. It's not even a rope, Byakuya.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord? What? An extension cord?
An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time. It's missing! Missing after the murder! And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact. Then Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord! I can't imagine any other possibility! That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right? He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. It's as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved? What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened! So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer?
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd totally be willing to do something like this to win. Sorry, but can we just hold on a second? I think we need to think about this a little more. Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it. I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me. Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you? Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room, but does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said. The scene of the crime? The scene of the crime! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else? How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There's absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else? Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene. The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me if you have a reason for saying all that. I believe I do. Hey, Byakuya, did I just take you off guard? When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been all confident up till now. Maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else. Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else? Come on, Makoto! Is there any chance the murder took place somewhere else? Let's see the proof! Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boy and girl's locker rooms! It was the poster! Poster! Got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room. Your proof is some posters? The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big boob supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? I'm censoring her with my head. Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of a super popular boy band named Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room. So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched? And that's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about, right, Sakura? You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you? Protein coffee? While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet. But I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away. No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved. It was moved. It was moved to the boys' locker room. The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet. That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee. Then, does this mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that? To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the bloodstained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place. I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit bother doing that? Huh? Why would they go to all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place? To get in the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook across the card reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her to access the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was. Really?
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it!
Is he right? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow? What are you gonna say, Yasuhiro? How'd Chihiro get in there?
Make your argument! Broken e-handbook!
Byakuya looks so offended. Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook!
No, she didn't hack it. She was the ultimate programmer after all.
I'm sure that would have been no problem for her. No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall. Oh, what thing? I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course. No, it's broken! It's broken! No! If she had done that, she could have gotten in the boys' locker room, no problem.
No, it's broken! No, it's broken! No, it's broken! No! It's broken! It's broken! Okay. Go on. Oh, what's that? Leon's broken handbook! It's broken! It's broken! She couldn't have used it. Chihiro could not have used it. Break!
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook. Why not? Because Leon's handbook was broken. Oh, well then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible then, huh? I'm struck silent by how quickly you're giving up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one.
Actually...
In other words, you can borrow a dead person's handbook all you want and you'd be safe.
Yep. Hit the nail square on the noggin. Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway. So then, she must have hacked hers like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and... You can't fix any handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring. So if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook, maybe Mr. Negi's initial assumption is just wrong?
It seems like there's no way she could have gotten into the boys' locker room, so I guess so.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya!
Ah!
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do. Hold on a second. I agree with you though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you gotta say? There's no way she could have gotten in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What? What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait, take a break? Wait! What do you think you're doing?
Don't worry, this'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, alright, I declare an official class trial recess! Class trial recess? Huh? For real? Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring, I'll be very unhappy! You know what?
I was going to have this whole class trial in one episode, but this one seems particularly long, so I think we should take a class trial recess and continue this class trial tomorrow! So thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Danganronpa. If you want to, you can like, comment, subscribe, do whatever you want, and in the next episode we're gonna figure out who the murderer is of Chihiro's death. Bye bye!